Oh man, what's good, folkers? You know what I'm saying? All my Snap Turtle fans, let's call you folkers. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I gotta fix this audio bullshit. All right. So, what's good, folkers? Snap Turtle in the building or in the truck, however you want to look at it. If you want to be literal, Snap Turtle in the truck. Not giving a fuck, nigga. So, don't be confused by the title.
Proceed about half of a mile
of
to
this live
East
here.
Carson Street.
We got a connection. Nobody's in the building yet. You know, I'm a little man, unpopular. But yes, the attack of the chicken pox. Ooh. So apparently, there is a chicken pox outbreak in the state of North Carolina in a school that caters to the more anti-vax parents. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. This is crazy.
In half of a mile,
so
right
apparently there were like 20 something cases
Street.
of chicken pox, and now the world's in danger because the chicken pox are coming to get us. Oh no. Go get your chicken pox vaccines. Oh man, oh man. You know, when I was 5, I got the chicken pox. And let me tell you, man, it was very uncomfortable. It was itchy. I had calamine lotion all over my body, looking ashy, looking like a pink ashy nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, calamine lotion is pink. So, you know, it was uncomfortable, like I said. It was itchy. But I got to stay home for like a week or two from kindergarten or whatever I was in. And you know what? We got the chicken pox. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers used to have chicken pox parties. Come to the house. You know what I'm saying? I got the chicken pox. Come to the house and let's get some of that. You know what I'm saying? And we chilling. We get it out the way. You know? But then, I don't know when it was, they came up with this chickenpox vaccine that, you know, would deprive the person of that, you know, immuno building, you know, because when you get the chickenpox, it helps build your immune system to fight infections. You know what I'm saying? It's like a rites of passage. So, they come up with a chickenpox vaccine, as though the chickenpox is a very crippling disease that will damn near kill you or kill you. No, that don't happen with the chickenpox. I don't know if y'all remember. If you're my age, chickenpox didn't do that. So now they have this chickenpox outbreak in a school in North Carolina, and the shit hits the fan. These pundits and these media people are acting like it's the Black Plague or something like that. You know, and they're calling these people who don't get the vaccines, they call us, you know, the anti-vax stronghold or some bullshit like that. Or it's a game, man. I'll tell you that right now. I wasn't even gonna cover chickenpox, but then I was listening to the Fullerton Informer this morning. Shout out to Joe Imbriano, and he brought it to my attention, and so I looked into it. Chickenpox. Man, these motherfuckers is crazy. Crazy. Oh, the chickenpox is here. Man, get the... So, this is all a part of Agenda 21. Now,
10 north.
When you look up Agenda 21, it's not going to say, oh, we're going to force people to get vaccinated. No, it doesn't say that. But it's all a chain, right? So Agenda 21, for those who don't know, it's all about rewilding America, right? And reducing carbon emissions and making transportation easy, improving public transportation, building an interstate rail system that will get people to and from states really quickly.
Continue on.
And it's about
110
these
north.
mega cities that are the center of the states, basically. So every state is going to have like one or two mega cities that everyone is going to live in. Everyone of a certain pedigree. And if you don't live in those cities, if you live in the rural areas, you will have some type of special permit ID or something, and you'll be growing food for the government to disperse to the people. Okay? It's all about the government controlling what you eat and what you drink. They do not want you to be self-sustainable. They do not want you to be off the grid. So with Agenda 21, you will not be off the grid. And being off the grid reduces your carbon footprint. But they don't want that. They don't want you collecting water. They don't want you raising your own food or none of that bullshit. They want you in these mega cities stacked and packed so that they can do whatever the fuck they wanted to do to you. That's precisely what it is in my eyes. Okay? So, and they have to do certain things in order to make that happen. Agenda 21 is ultimately about population reduction. Okay, and one way to do that is to inject your children with all these vaccines, right? I think there's like 20,000. By the time they're 5, they have to get injected into them. I'm using hyperbole, but come on, man, it's real. So
continue on I-1.
You got 1,000, 1 million trillion different vaccines you have to get injected into you as a kid before you even go to freaking school. All right. So you have that, and then you have the Wi-Fi, which is going to be the WiGig, which is going to operate at 60 gigahertz on a millimeter wave. You have the Wi-Fi. You have the 5G. You have I can't say that word because I've been checking people out, doing some research, man. They don't even want you to mention the special trails. So I'll call them special trails. You know what I'm talking about. All right. So they got the special trails that are full of nano compounds that are highly conductive nano compounds. And what these nano compounds are going to do, these heavy metals in particular, like aluminum and barium, they pass the blood-brain barrier very easily. So that's also a part of this agenda. Okay? And this whole chicken pox scare,
I-110 north.
They're really testing people's stupidity. They're really testing how stupid people are. And let me tell you, man, there's gonna be some stupid folks out there afraid of the chicken pox, as if they forgot that getting chicken pox was very normal. You want to get chicken pox because you don't want to get shingles when you get older, right? You don't want to get shingles. The shingles is very painful. It's very deadly. So just think with your brain, man. It's ridiculous. It's like, I feel bad for the kids, man. I feel bad for my kids. I feel bad for the kids going to these schools. I feel bad for them. I feel bad because there's no escaping that shit. What they do is they overinflate the economy. They overinflate the price of everything so that you are unable to school your kids because you need a 2-income household for most families. Most families need 2 incomes. And if you ain't got that, you should have out of luck. So you force your kids to school. And in doing that, you're twice as many than they normally would be subjected to if you just homeschooled your kids and hardwired everything. So you don't have to vaccinate when you homeschool, and you don't have to subject them to wireless devices for learning. My kids, they do most of their learning on paper, with books in their hand. And when they do go to school, they take classes 2 days a week. One of them, they're outdoors the entire time, having fun, learning the fun way, out in the wilderness, out there. And another one, they're in a classroom, but they're still learning to use. They're learning with their hands. They're learning science projects with their hands, and they're still doing classwork on paper. So, I mean, it's just, you have a lot more avenues to protect your children when you homeschool your kids. And I would suggest, if you have a 2-income household, or if you have a 1-income household and one of you do not have to work,
on the route,
go ahead and somebody stay home and educate those children, because you then have ultimate control, especially in California. California gives you funding for your kids. So you can go through a program such as iLead, some others. There's so many all over the state. So you have access to that. Hey, Princess. Clearwater, Florida. Florida in the house. How's it down there? How's Florida? Y'all got some crazy stuff going on too. I don't know what it is about the two coasts in the South, right? Two coastal states in the South, man, they really coming for us hard. I don't know what it is. But, yeah, so it's crazy. What was I talking about? So yeah, homeschool. So if you can afford it, and your wife is, or your husband is at home, or if they have a little part-time job, or they're working from the house, they can educate those children, and they can do it their way. Especially, like I said, in California, there's funding for it. My kids, each of my kids get $1,400 of funding every semester to take little extracurricular classes, to get supplies, so you don't have to come out the pocket. So there's assistance in that way. And there's a lot of good vendors that have a lot of great classes, a lot of creative classes. There's classes down at the waterfront, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's classes in the woods. Just get them out there, get them into something different. Don't let them be subjected to all this weaponry that got pointed at them. Because at the end of the day, those are the targets. The children are the targets. They don't want your children to have children at all. So they're going to do whatever they can. And they want to keep us packed in these mega cities so that, Princess Diana, it's a wonderful thing. I don't know about the laws in Florida, but in California, your kids can't go to school without those vaccinations, and I ain't having it. So I was talking about the smallpox, the smallpox scare in North Carolina.
Continue,
and I was talking about how
110 north.
Smallpox, or not smallpox, chickenpox. Chickenpox is not deadly, but they're acting like the world is about to end because some kids got some chickenpox at a school, and this school happens to be full of parents, or have kids whose parents don't believe in all those vaccinations and all that other stuff. So you can see where this is going. See, they're ramping things up, and they're making things more obvious. So if you have discernment and you can see and analyze shit, you will see the attacks are ramping up. The distractions are ramping up. This whole Tekashi 6 20,000 bullshit is a distraction. And not only is it a distraction, but it's also programming. So if you have young kids who are watching and following Tekashi 6ix9ine and all these other cats, like, they put these people out here to really fuck with your children. Yeah. In my back. In my back. They it's buffering a little bit. I lost the connection. But like I said, they got Jaden Smith and Tyler the Creator doing gay stuff. I mean, just sensationalizing everything. Oh, I'm Jaden Smith, and I just want y'all to know I'm dating Tyler and the fire marshal. Man, it's just so many distractions, and so many distractions that people aren't even looking up. They're not looking up to see the things that are being sprayed into. It was supposed to rain right here in Southern California on Wednesday, but last week when I checked, it was supposed to rain Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Then I checked a couple days later. It got the spraying the shit out of the sky. I checked again, and it was on spray the shit out of the sky. Boom, boom, boom. Spray, spray, spray. I checked this morning. It's not so they knocked the rain out. California, be down in California. So, in order to facilitate that, shit has to be dry. If it rains, you can't have fire year round, can you? You can only have it a few months out the year, like it's supposed to be. And if you go and look at the fires in certain areas, like I think the border of Oregon and California, you look at those. There's a couple real forest fires going on there, and they're real tiny at this point, and they're burning really slow. But then you go down to some and Malibu and all those areas, you see the fires raging like 9,000 acres per minute. That's not a forest fire. I'm gonna say that. Oh, I'm in the wonderful traffic in Southern California. But this is the thing. When people like me come out and they talk about this shit on YouTube, on Facebook, and whatever else, you know, you're making yourself a target. You're making yourself a target, especially right now. I have like what, 14 subscribers. So I'm small fry for now. But what I need y'all to do, and what people like me, Hassan Campbell, the Fullerton Informer, and maybe even Dane Wigington and people like that, when we push it out there, when we put this information out there, we need y'all help. We need y'all to spread the message. We need y'all to like this page, like this video, share this video, subscribe to my page, because I will be coming with shit damn near every day. And you know, right now I'm not really a tech guy, so you know, I don't know how to edit videos and put videos in my video and have shit in the corner over here, and I don't know how to do all that. You know, I'm pretty old school. You know, I type with 2 fingers, like this. That's how I type. So, not really. You know, so we really need that help. I mean, I will improve on that stuff. I will start doing more, because I would like to show all the things that I'm talking about. I would like to show the receipts, the proof. You know, right now all I can tell you guys is go research it. Don't take my word for it. Don't take anybody else's word for it. Like with these vaccines. Knowledge that these vaccines have not been tested for impairment of fertility. These vaccines have not been tested for potential, and they have not been tested for carcinogenic potential. It says that on the vaccine inserts. Okay? That's what they say. They say it hasn't been tested. So guess when they find out, oh, this vaccine fucked my shit up, fucked my child up, it hasn't been tested, you know, so they lose some of that liability. And not only that, you can't sue the doctors. You can't sue them in court. All right, you can't sue them. You just can't do it. In terms of the vaccine hospitals, you can't sue the doctors, but they do have a fund. Anyway, do the research. These vaccines, they're no good. Good. When I was talking to somebody and vaccines and whatever about this type of thing, right? And I was talking about you should bring you vaccine, and he was like, "Oh well, you know, when I'm about to get injured from the vaccines, but you know, a vast majority, a lot of and not detected for it might have." This woman is interviewing all these parents whose kids have been injured by vaccinations, and many of them have been paid out by fund or whatever. So, like I said, don't take my word for it. Just do the research. Do the research. Know what's in these vaccines. Know that there's horse liver, you know, in these vaccines for the Hep B to grow in. They need culture, so using you know, aborted fetal tissue to grow these cultures in. It's wild shit. It's wild. Aluminum and this other compound that makes it easy for the aluminum to cross the blood-brain barrier. And once the aluminum gets in that brain, it's pretty much a wrap. You're getting brain damage. So know what you're putting into your kids. Know what you're doing. Don't just go over there to the hospital because the doctor said, hey, your kids should be vaccinated, and they give you a 20-minute spiel, a 20-minute sales pitch on why you should inject this poison in your children. You know? Do the research. Ask questions. Ask them if they know exactly what's in these vaccines. They should know. If they're doctors, they should know what's in them. But many of them ain't going to tell you. They're going to tell you it's a dead disease that your body can fight it, and that's not all that's in the heavy metal to get your to attack the dead disease. So they say it's inert. They say it's not live, but it always happens that people get the flu vaccine. Every season they get the flu after they get the vaccine. Where they do that at? What happened? So they're bypassing so many immunoprocesses with these vaccines. They're injecting it straight into your bloodstream. You know, your mouth, your stomach, your liver, all these things act to help your immune system fight whatever foreign body is not supposed to be there. And then your stomach is like 70% of your immune system. It fights a lot of shit. So you mean to tell me the best way to inoculate for a disease is to inject the dead disease with all these preservatives and heavy metals into your... That's the best way? I need y'all to think. I meant learn. One of the best ways to learn, repetition. Get into you. The more you're gonna learn, right? Oh, as you know, the children to be okay. I want the children to have a future in this world. And the only way that that's going to happen is if we, take our power back. We have the power. Things happen in this country and in this world. This is supposed to be a democracy, right? Right? The people should have the ultimate power. That's the whole point of a democracy, even a democratic republic, which we live in. So, I need y'all to get mad, man. This is bullshit. Because how long is it going to last that I can take my kids and keep them out of school and homeschool them, even through a state-run program like iLead, where it's state-run and it's legit. You don't have to worry about the state coming after you for not sending your kids to school. For now, how long is that going to last with Governor Newsom being the governor now? So we need to hold on to all the freedoms that we have. We need to get more. We need more freedoms, because there's certain shit that's going on that shouldn't be going on, that we should not be allowing to go on. I took a poli-sci class last year for college, and that shit's fresh in my mind. It's good to learn and study poli-sci, because that's how this country is run. This country is run through politics, or through democracy, or a democratic republic. Even though the powers that be, who own the banks, own the big banks, ultimately have the power because they control the money, because it was written into law that they control the money because of the Great Depression, or right before it, because they saw that the market was about to crash. So they gave all the power, the financial power, the power to give and take credit and to borrow and lend to the Federal Reserve, which is basically just a group of big bankers.
To West Vernon Avenue.
Big bankers. They're not even government officials. So the Federal Reserve is not federal at all. It's just something they call it. These stupid people.
A mile ahead on the route. Slow traffic.
So, yeah. Why am I saying this? Because it's important to know that even though the powers that be, the shadow government, even though they really control shit because they got the money, they don't get the money without us. Okay? Right now, we're in debt to China. Big time. And if you look at the Social Security card, you'll see
in half of a mile left turn.
You'll see a serial number on the Social Security card. That's for China. Let's be real about that. America is a corporation as of now, and we are the commodity. Okay? That's why we have prisons. That's why we have these huge private prisons, and that's why people like this forensic specialist chick got caught falsifying all these forensic reports. They got thousands of young black men and women in prison, and she got jail time. So we can see that the process works sometimes, right? But who did she do that for? And why did she only get arrested? From what I understand, what happened to the people she was doing that for? She didn't do that shit for herself. You know, somebody paid her to do that. Who paid her? So the process, the political process works to a degree, right? In that all we have to do is open our eyes up, okay? We refuse certain things as a people, as a whole, because even the powers that the shadow government can't do shit without the people, okay? Even if they want to reduce the population, even if. even if, we still have the power. We can stop it. Because they can't function without us. They can't. You know? And that's important to know. So, in terms of these vaccines, if you have any apprehension about it, do some research. You know? If you don't have apprehension about it, keep getting this shit shot in your children. That's fine. But we need to wake up. I still urge you to do the research. Look it up. You know, get testimonials from these parents. It's important. This movement is important, and we need more people on this movement. We need more people speaking out like this. Because the more of us do it, the more the message gets proliferated.
Proceed about 2 miles.
And the more it gets proliferated,
Cimarron Street.
the more minds we wake up. And the more minds we wake up, the more power we take back. Okay? I just want y'all to keep that in mind. I mean, this shit is real. Look at the world we're living in. Weather modification, 5G going up everywhere, even though we don't have devices that can handle 5G. What's up with that? We don't have any phones that can run on 5G right now because there's no battery that they have created that can withstand all the power that this 5G needs to run on. You're talking about a battery meltdown. You thought the Samsung phones blowing up was bad. So why are we putting this 5G out there if we don't even have phones that it'll work with yet? Well, it's because they need these millimeter waves to be pushed out. They need that. They need to hit us with these millimeter waves. Okay, they need the Y gig to run on the 5G so that we can just get bombarded with all these frequencies. All right, everything runs on frequency. Humans are electric beings, and you know those frequencies, man. They hit you. You know, if something reaches resonant frequency of something else, that's a lot of problems. Those are problems. So I'm bringing this up again and again. I'm gonna hit your head with it because this is very important. These distractions are not important. Whatever they concentrate more on TV, you know that they're trying to keep something from you. All right, they're trying to hide something from you. They're trying to pass laws under the radar. It happens all the time. We don't vote for every law. Your legislators put measures forth and bills forth that we vote on or they vote on. Depends on what it is. So all we're doing when we vote on these measures and bills, these are measures and bills that they put forth. Okay? Or that someone with some influence puts forth. You know, you don't have to be necessarily be a politician to put a bill forth, but it's going to be someone with some influence that's going to get it on the floor. Some shit dies on the floor. So if I were to introduce a measure or something, get some petition signed to make some shit happen, listen. You don't have friends, a shitload of money. If you're not a special interest group, these are the people that get shit pushed forward in the Senate and the Congress, in the state Congress and state Senate. These special interest groups with a shitload of money. We need special interest groups that represent us. You know, people who aren't always represented, like the people who don't believe in giving the children vaccines. We need a special interest group. People who believe in the Second Amendment. We already have the NRA, but the NRA gets attacked all the time as if they're terrorists. And that is partly their fault because of a lot of the rhetoric that they put out there in the
half
world.
of a mile, left turn
You know,
onto
it seems a little
Cimarron
extreme.
Street.
So you have both sides of this Second Amendment issue on the extreme. So it makes both sides look crazy. We can't come up with anything solid and commonsensical. So shit gets fucked up. So that's what we need. We need people who have common sense, who are logical, rational, and compassionate. But there are people out there, and we need to get together as a people, and we need to represent ourselves. We need that special interest group. We need to hire lobbyists to go out there and do shit that we need done. We need to repeal that SB 27 whatever, fuck, California SB 227 or whatever it was that mandated vaccines for kids going to school. Because guess what, man? The measles, that bullshit measles outbreak at Disneyland, no one died from that, okay? You don't die from the measles. You don't die from chickenpox. Okay, you get sick for a little bit. Then you get back to work or school. That's it, man. You don't get chickenpox. Excuse me. Natural inoculation. You get chickenpox. That's it. You're gonna miss school for a few days. Whatever they got to do to mandate poison injections, they're gonna do it. So if you have anyway, so I'm at my destination, and I'm gonna cut this live because it keeps screwing up and buffering, and signal keep getting lost or whatever, like never before in my life. Never had my signals get so screwed up on my phone. So anyway, I think I've talked about it enough today. I'll get back at you tomorrow on my way to work. Okay? Peace.